It is often said that in our professions we need to give ourselves away to someone, that we need to invest ourselves, to forfeit a part of ourselves and give a part of our energy, a part of our identity, a part of our knowledge, a part of our emotional potential to other people in order to empower them to gain knowledge, especially in the educational process. Now, an important aspect of giving oneself to others is the way in which we treat our own emotions. Do we give ourselves to others, for example in teaching or in psychotherapy, and the two professions are very close in many ways? Do we give ourselves to others by always being pleasant, by controlling our negative emotions, and by trying to offer only the positive content that will make the other person feel pleasant and that will make them adopt the knowledge and the information and the experience that we offer them as something satisfying and fulfilling? Or do we also give ourselves to others through a more negative profile of reactions, cognitions, volitions, emotions? In other words, is a person who often says no, who often criticizes, and who often honestly and directly reacts to misbehavior or inappropriate decisions or inadequate learning or responses by others in the educational psychotherapeutic process. Is that person less giving, a less good teacher and a less good therapist than the person who always tries to be positive? Positive psychology will probably tell you that the more positive interactions there are, the more stable and the more fulfilling the relationship is. But there are also research findings which suggest that relationships that are entirely positive are not particularly strong and are not particularly deep, and that while there should be a majority of positive transactions or interactions between people, there should also be negative interactions in order to allow the participating persons to get to know each other and to trust and believe that the other is actually saying what they think. So good teachers are often teachers who show their bad mood in a controlled way, ones who do criticize, ones who set relatively high criteria and standards for the performance of students, and likewise therapists who set certain standards for the behavior performance of their clients. They are people who are giving away a part of themselves in an organic way, in a holistic way, not just a section of themselves that may be pleasant to the other person at a particular moment, but an unspecified part of themselves as they are at that moment. They are genuinely, authentically giving themselves away. So never try to be pleasant. Being pleasant is in principle incoherent with being organic, with being authentic. Being pleasant does not guarantee that you will be a successful therapist or a successful teacher. Sometimes being unpleasant in a benevolent way elicits more positive responses by those you are unpleasant to. So trying to be pleasant is basically a marketing strategy. It is a strategy where you market your skills, you market yourself to others, and you try to get their approval. It's like people's behavior on social networks, where they try to get as many likes as possible. So if I wanted to make as many likes as possible, I would probably do my hair better with this video. I wouldn't be so organic. I would be much my appearance would be much tidier. I would try to talk about things that will please you, but I'm basically saying things which I believe to be important, even though they may sometimes be unpleasant to others. So this is the same as our behavior to the people we really care about. When you really care about something, you don't try to be pleasant to them all the time. You do try not to make them feel bad whenever you can, but sometimes you tell them things that are not pleasant because you feel that's for their own benefit, or that is necessary in order to reflect your own personality, so that they can understand you, so that they can understand what makes you feel good and what makes you feel bad. The therapeutic and the teaching professions are not professions of based on pleasantness. They are not the same professions as the profession of a salesperson. A salesperson needs to be pleasant to everyone and needs to start from the position that, you know, the customer is always right. But in teaching and in counseling, the client is not always right, and nor is anyone necessarily right or wrong at any particular point in the process. So what we do need is to maintain a sense of directness and honesty to others, which Otto Kernberg especially spoke about when he described his way of working with personality disorders, because he was often accused of re-traumatizing his patients because he was being honest and direct with them. And then he said, without being honest and direct, I would not deserve their trust. It's not a re-traumatization, it's simply an organic relationship which has its pleasant and its less pleasant moments and elements. And this should be remembered by the students, by their parents, by the society at large, by teachers, by clients, by therapists, by everyone in the process, that no aspect of organic relationship in life is necessarily pleasant, and that being unpleasant is also a duty on occasion.